Hello, everyone. Welcome to yoga. Hope you are all well. I'm sharing appropriate links. We'll get started. If you're watching this on playback and not joining me live, feel free to skip about 5 minutes in to where we'll actually start the moving portion of our class. As y'all get in, and if you would like to let me know who you are and that you're here, I really appreciate that because it helps me visualize who I'm teaching for. Here we go, class beginning now. Streaming. And if you would like to use the same playlist that I will be playing in class, I am sharing that over here in the chat window. So we'll just sit back, wait for everybody to come on over. And if you've all got anything that you want to do tonight, you can let me know. I've sort of decided to let Tuesday nights be more slow and beginner friendly, Thursdays to be more intermediate and a little bit more of a power style, which was kind of the class format I was teaching in during the week before we all have to stay at home. As I wait for 5:30, I'm going to go ahead and make sure my mat's in a good place. Right before I went live, the kids were running around the living room playing tag. And I'd already had everything set up, and they kind of moved everything out of the way, running over it. So that being said, family is still here, and they will be here through the duration of the class. So there could be ambient children noises. We'll just roll with it. I don't have anything else to say here. So if you're watching and you were in my live stream Tuesday or have replayed Tuesday's class, I'm so sorry about the malfunction at the very end. These earbuds that I use for filming let me hear the music without it being in the background and without YouTube hearing it and getting a copyright ding. And it also has a mic on it so that I don't have to be so close to the computer mic for class. So I found that the classes that I've recorded this way are good. But anyway, these died. No, they did not die. They paired to my husband's phone when he came in from having been on their walk, and it wouldn't pair back to the computer, and I couldn't change the mic source without having to start another live stream. So I'm sorry. We've turned all Bluetooth off on both of our phones so that that doesn't happen again. Okay, we'll go ahead and come to our mats. Well, before that, if you would like to join me with our playlist, we will go ahead. Where did that go? We'll go ahead and hit play now. Wait, not yet. Not yet, not yet. I've lost my windows. There it is. Gotta get my workspace arranged just right so I can see everything that I need to see. Okay, if you're playing music along with me, let's hit play now. There we go. Also, if you like to tell your watch that you're exercising, we'll do that now too. Okay. So we're at our mats, a comfortable seat, or any other position that feels good for you. I'm going to flip our inside lights on. We got cloudy here. There we go. Maybe rocking back and forth a little bit if we're seated. Grounding through the sits bone, through the tailbone, growing tall. Reaching through the crown of the head. Maybe bringing chin parallel to the floor. Each exhale is feeling our shoulders soften, falling away from the ears. Inhales of lengthening the spine. Breathing into the low belly. So we're breathing in and out through the nose as we're able. Tuning into the breath. We're practicing linking movement with our breath now. So maintaining those deep inhales and controlled exhales. We're inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhaling as we float the hands in front of us, rocking into all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip bones, warming up in cat and cow. So getting some mobility in our spine. We're inhaling, taking the tailbone, the crown of the head up to ceiling, belly, while the belly button draws into the spine. Exhaling, we round through the spine, through the upper back, tailbone points down, crown of the head points down. So we link these movements one breath at a time. We're inhaling, lifting the chest and the gaze, exhaling, tucking the tailbone, crown of the head down. Moving at our own pace. So we're warming up the spine. We might feel like we would like to go side to side, tailbone to not tailbone, hip to shoulder, shoulder to the tailbone. Making a C shape with the spine. So now finding any small movements that feel good to us. Maybe we sit back into child's pose, and inhale, rock up into cow. Exhale, rounding the back into child's pose, inhaling into cow. Maybe we take the hips in a circle, so moving them out through center, in. Then reversing the circle. Let's meet back into an all fours position. We're going to inhale and extending the right leg out behind us. So closing the hips off, hip bones facing down. Exhaling, we're sweeping this foot to the top of the mat, so the inside of right hand. Inhaling, lifting into a kneeling lunge. Exhaling, hands will float down. We're setting right knee back underneath right hip. We'll inhale, left leg out behind us. Exhale, sweep it to the top. Inhale, rise to this kneeling lunge. Exhale, hands float down. Inhale, sending that left leg back underneath us. We're going to step the hands a little bit further forward than the shoulders. Tucking the toes, coming off the knees, pressing chest back towards the thighs. Heels sinking to the mat. Hips reaching high, crown of the head extending towards the top of the mat. Shoulder blades sliding down the back. Give the head a little shake. Pedal the heels. So again, just finding any small movements in these big stretches that help bring awareness into our body. Staying with the breath. We're inhaling, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, walking to a forward fold. Releasing the neck, crown of the head pointing straight down. Maybe swaying side to side, shake head, yes and no. Utilizing sinking breaths, long exhales. We'll inhale, coming just halfway up, finding a flat back. Belly button drawing towards the spine, extending crown of the head away from tailbone, tailbone away from the crown of the head, and gazing down. Placing a tiny bend in the knees or a bigger bend if we've got tight hamstrings. We're inhaling, coming to standing, hinging at the hips. Exhaling, palms to heart. We're going to flow a few times through this hip hinge. So inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, diving halfway. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, diving. Inhale to rise, exhale to fold. Taking over at our own pace. One more time. Meeting at the top. Exhaling, palms to heart. We're inhaling, sweeping the arms wide and high. Exhaling, diving forward, hinging at the hips. Inhaling, lifting halfway, hands to the shins or the thighs, or remaining on the floor. Exhaling, bringing hands to the floor if they're not there. Inhaling, we'll step back into a plank position. It's lower to the knees here. And then coming all the way through chaturanga. Inhaling into cobra, shoulders relaxing away from the ears, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhaling, chest to the mat. Inhaling, pressing up. And exhaling back to down dog. We're inhaling right leg out behind us into three-legged dog. The exhale will sweep it to the top of the mat. Inhaling, climbing to high lunge. Exhaling, hands will float down. Inhaling, stepping right foot back to plank. Chaturanga, knees or toes as we lower. Inhaling, we'll push it through to up dog. Exhaling, pressing back to down dog. Inhaling, left leg out behind us. Exhaling, sweeping it to the top of the mat. Inhaling, high lunge. Exhaling, hands float down. Inhaling, left foot back to plank. Exhaling, knees or toes as we lower. Inhale, pressing it into up dog. Exhaling, back to down dog. Inhaling, we're lifting the gaze. Exhaling, we'll step or hop to a forward fold. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling to stand. Hinging at the hips, core is engaged all the way up. Exhaling, palms to heart. Big inhale, sweeping arms high. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Inhaling, we'll step or hop to plank. Exhaling, lowering with control. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhaling, gaze lifts. Exhaling, stepping or hopping, forward fold. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhaling, fold. Inhale to stand. Exhaling, palms to heart. Inhale, we'll reach and dive. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling to plank. Exhaling, lowering. Inhale, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, gaze lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. And fold. Inhale to stand. Exhale, palms to heart. So if you're familiar with these sun salutations, feel free to take over at your own pace. So pacing it with your breath. And if you want to stay with me, I'm going to keep going. But just giving you permission to do what feels good. Maybe slowing down, or speeding it up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, gaze lifts. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhaling, folding. Inhale, stand. Exhale, palms to heart. Inhale, we'll reach and dive. Halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Folding. Inhaling to stand. Exhale, palms to heart. Inhale, we'll reach. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift. Exhale, palms to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's pause here. Let's find knees to the mat. Bring big toes to touch. Seek hips over heels. Resting in child's pose. We're going to continue building on that heat with a warrior flow, throwing some held poses in there. So this is the point where we remember that our practice is our own. If something that I'm suggesting tonight doesn't sit well in your individual body, then you are absolutely free to do what feels good. So I know I can't see you that we're doing this over the internet, but try to imagine what I would be telling you in class. So we take modifications and we rest as needed. And if I do anything here that feel right in your body and you would like some options for the future, tell me on the Facebook page or in the comments, and that way we can just add some tools to your toolbox. So when we're ready, we're inhaling up to plank or up to all fours and then down dog. We're inhaling right leg out behind us. Exhaling, we'll sweep this foot to the top of the mat. So staying in our low lunge. Knees not extending out past the toes, so stacking over the ankle. We're inhaling to high lunge. Back leg is straight and strong. Shoulders softening away from the ears. We're exhaling, bringing hands back down on either side of our front foot. Left hand stays planted. We're inhaling, right arm up toward the ceiling, twisting towards this bended knee. We're exhaling, hand on the outside of the foot. Inhaling, climbing back to high lunge. Exhaling, bringing palms to prayer at the chest. We're bringing left elbow to the right knee. Prayer twist. We're exhaling, pivoting on the back toes. So we open to warrior two. Lengthening the tailbone down, belly button up and in, shoulder softening. Lunging as deeply as we want to. Again, just making sure right knee is pressing open and tracking towards the baby toe. Strong gaze over our right middle finger. We're flipping right palm open, inhaling to tilt back into reverse warrior. Maybe letting that gaze lift. And then exhaling as hands windmill down on either side of our front foot. Pivoting on back toes. We're inhaling, sending right foot back to plank. Have an option to keep this foot lifted as we lower in chaturanga. So it comes down, inhaling, pressing it into up dog. Exhaling, rolling on those toes, chest back towards the thighs, and down dog. Few deep breaths here. Reset. And when we're ready, we're inhaling left leg out behind us. Exhaling as we sweep it to the top of the mat. Knee stacking over ankle, so we'll stay in this low lunge, a few breaths. So if you had some blocks, you need two of them. You could bring them underneath the hands here. Extra height can make this feel a little bit more comfortable. So climbing onto fingertips, extending the crown of the head forward, finding our balance. Big inhale as we lift into high lunge, crescent lunge. Heels lifted, back legs straight and strong, sinking as deeply as we like. We're exhaling, letting the hands come down on either side of front foot. Right hand stays planted. We're inhaling, left arm up towards the ceiling. We're exhaling left hand down, inhaling back to high lunge, exhaling hands to prayer, right elbow on the outside of left knee. Two, back foot spirals down, hands extending out at shoulder height, tailbone lengthening down, belly button up and in. Inhaling, flipping left palm open, tilting back into reverse warrior, letting the gaze follow. Exhaling as hands windmill down on either side of front foot, pivoting on back toes. Inhaling left foot back to plank, option to keep it lifted. Exhaling, lowering in chaturanga. Inhale, foot comes down, pressing it into up dog. Exhaling, chest back towards thighs, down dog. We're going to link those same poses. Rather than holding, we'll take them one breath at a time. And I'll add a little breath at the beginning if you want to take it. So we're inhaling, right leg out behind us. We'll exhale, bend the knee, let the hip open. Inhale, straight leg. Exhaling, we're bringing right knee to right elbow as we glide into a plank. Inhaling, we'll send that leg back high. Exhaling, we're sweeping it all the way to the top of the mat now. Inhaling to high lunge. Exhaling back to low lunge. Left hand stays down, inhaling, right arm towards the ceiling. Exhaling, hand down. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer, and we twist. Left elbow, right knee. Inhaling to center. Hands come up. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhaling all the way down. Pivoting on back toes, stepping right foot back to plank. Exhaling, lowering. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, left leg behind us. Exhale, bending the knee, hip opens. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, sending the leg back high. Exhale, sweeping it to the top of the mat. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands floating down. Right hand stays on the mat. Inhale, left arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Right elbow, left knee. Inhaling to center. Hands come up. Exhale, opening warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhaling all the way down. Pivoting on back toes, left foot back. Exhale, we'll lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, right leg behind us. Exhaling, knee bends, hip opens. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, sweeping it to the top of the mat. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands float down. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, hand comes down. Inhale, we'll climb. Exhale, hands to prayer. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, back to center. Hands reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhaling all the way down. Pivoting on back toes, right foot back. Exhale, we'll lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg behind us. Exhale, knee bends, hip opens. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, we'll sweep it to the top. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands float down. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale to the front. Hands reach high. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhaling all the way down. Pivoting on back toes, inhaling left foot back. Exhale, we'll lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And then bringing knees to the mat. Big toes to touch. Hips over heels. Child's pose. So taking several deep breaths here. Maybe noticing any changes in our body from our first child's pose or just from the beginning of class. So breathing into the low back, into the sides, relaxing the shoulders. Our next inhale, we're rocking up to all fours. We're walking hands just a little bit further forward than our shoulders. Tucking the toes, lifting knees off the mat, pressing chest back towards the thighs as hips reach high, finding down dog. We're inhaling, right leg out behind us. We'll exhale, gliding to plank, bringing right knee to right elbow. Inhale, we'll send the leg high. Exhale, we're sweeping the foot all the way to the top of the mat. Climbing onto our fingers. Inhaling, lifting into high lunge. Our next exhale, we're shifting our weight into this front leg, our standing leg, and kicking off into warrior three. So exhale, kicking off the back foot, launching into our warrior three, our airplane pose. Next exhale, we're letting back foot come back into lunge. We'll bring hands back on either side of our front foot. We're inhaling into standing splits or balancing forward fold. So shifting weight back once more into front leg. Back toes come up off the mat, reaching towards the ceiling. So hips will stay closed right here. Maybe we grab a hold of our standing leg, right leg with right arm. Maybe we're able to grab a hold of the leg with both hands. So bringing hands back to the mat, about our foot's length in front of us. We'll bring the right hand in front of the right foot. And then we're stacking the hips on top of one another, moving into balancing half moon. Left hand making its way to left hip. And then maybe extending the arm all the way towards the ceiling. Maybe lifting the gaze too. We're exhaling that left hand back down. Left foot's coming back down into lunge. We're stepping our right foot back to plank. Vinyasa, or option to go straight to down dog. You give the head a little shake. Reset. We're inhaling, left leg out behind us. Exhaling, gliding knee to the elbow. So left knee, left elbow. Lowering the hips into a plank position. We inhale, so high. Exhale, we'll sweep it all the way to the top of the mat. Inhaling, we're coming to high lunge. Next, exhale, launching off into warrior 3 or airplane pose. We're exhaling to set right foot back down into lunge. Hands coming down on either side of front foot. Next, inhale, kicking off into our standing split. So balance, our weight goes into left foot. Toes come off of right toes, and that's okay. And then maybe we bring left hand to the leg. Maybe we can bring right hand to the leg, maybe not. Drawing our nose to the shin. And then bringing our hands back to the mat if they've moved. We're stacking right hip on top of left. So the toes are facing out away from the body. And then maybe we bring right hand to right hip. Maybe right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Last thing to go will be the gaze. So maybe lifting the gaze just straight ahead, or maybe taking it up towards the ceiling. We'll exhale, right hand to the floor, stepping right foot back into lunge, sending our left foot back to lunge. Vinyasa, or straight to down dog. We're lowering knees to the mat, shifting hips back to the heels, and then swinging the legs in front of us so they can roll to our backs one vertebrae at a time. So we're scooping the core in as we lower, so belly button's drawing in towards the spine. So we're bringing our hands to cradle our head, finding a neutral position in the low back, so lengthening the tailbone out. Exhaling, drawing belly button to spine as we lift head and shoulders off the mat into crunch. Inhaling to relax back down. Exhale, crunching in, taking over at our own pace. I'm going to count us for about 10, and we're at 3. This is 4. So after 10, taking a break on our mat. When I pick it up again, you can go back to these crunches. If you like to kind of increase the intensity, we're going to pick our toes up off the floor so our shins are parallel to the mat. And we'll do 10 more this way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking a break. The next time we pick it up, we're going to do bicycles, or you can stop at the level that you're comfortable with, or stay resting on the mat. So if you're bicycling with me, shins parallel to the floor, exhale, we're bringing right elbow, left knee, inhale to center, exhale, left elbow, right knee. We're going to try to go 2 more times each side. Last time. All right, taking it down. Take a moment to relax the whole body. Soften the shoulders. I'm going to practice a little bit of an inversion and shoulder stand, but warming up through some bridge pose and variations of bridge pose. So stepping the feet back in close to the body, heels and ankles hip distance apart, knees hip distance apart. Kind of tuck the shoulder blades down the back, hands to the side. We're inhaling, belly button's drawing down. We're inhaling, lifting the hips into bridge. Maybe we walk the shoulders underneath us, clasping the hands beneath the tailbone. Belly button drawing down, down, down. Glutes lifting the hips. Next exhale, we're rolling down one vertebrae at a time. So if you like, you can go back into bridge pose rather than take shoulder stand. If you would like to take shoulder stand with me, we're taking our feet up towards the ceiling. You can also stay here as your inversion, just legs in the air. We'll rock the hips up so that the hands can come to either side of the low back. Elbows close into the body. Feet up towards the ceiling. We're gazing straight up at our toes to protect the neck. If you would like to lower the toes behind the head into plow, that is an option here. So we can still support our back. That feels good. We can take the hands out. So to come out of plow or our shoulder stand, our supported shoulder stand, we roll down, hands on the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Take the feet out on the mat. To the head side to side. Loosen up the upper body. We're going to spend some time working on our hips before we move to Shavasana. So hugging knees to our chest. We're going to begin rocking back and forth the length of our spines until we rock all the way up to seated. Swinging the legs back behind us. We're coming into pigeon. We're going to bring right ankle behind left wrist, left knee behind, right knee behind right wrist. Back leg inching back behind us. And the closer our foot is into the groin, so closer our left foot comes into the body, the fill on the outside of the right hip. So if at any point we feel like we want to deepen it, then we walk the foot out so that the ankle is more parallel to the knee. So an option to stay up on the hands, another option to fold forward, propping up on the forearms. Softening the shoulders, just tuning into the breath. We're inhaling to press back into the hands. Sending right knee back and bringing left foot in. So left ankle behind right wrist, left knee behind left wrist. Inching back knee a little bit further behind us. Remember, softening the shoulders, softening the jaw, the neck. Inhaling, pressing back up into the hands. Swinging that left knee back underneath the hip. This time we're stepping right foot forward into a low lunge. So just making sure knee. Letting our body sink as deeply as we like. Maybe we prop up on to the knee. Maybe we bend back foot in, grabbing hold of the ankle. So just stopping anywhere along these suggestions that feels good in the body. We're exhaling, letting the foot come down, left foot come down if we've brought it up. Bringing hands on either side of our front foot and then shifting the hips back over. Left ankle as right toes pop up. Hinging at our hips, bringing our nose towards right shin. Holding and breathing. If you see me looking back up towards the camera, get an eye on a timer so that we hold our stretches for about the same length of time on each side. Let's take one more deep breath here, inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, we're rocking back forward, bringing right knee underneath the hip. Inhaling, stepping left foot forward, finding our low lunge, our kneeling lunge on this side. So again, whatever variation feels good in our bodies and on this particular side. Just making sure our left knee is not extending out past the toes. So releasing back leg, if we've got it in, hands on either side of our front foot. Shifting our weight back, popping up, left toes, hinging at the hips, moving our nose towards left shin. Inhaling, shifting the left foot back down. Exhaling, sending the left knee back underneath left hip. We're coming onto one side of the hips, swinging the legs forward as we inhale, exhaling to our backs for Shavasana. So one vertebrae at a time, relaxing down. And leave the knees bent if that's comfortable, or extend the legs out. We're tucking the shoulder blades down the back, flipping the palms open or face up towards the ceiling. And just noticing any places where we still feel tension lingering. So neck, shoulders, jaw, knees, hamstrings, and just doing what we can to lessen that tension. So maybe it doesn't go away completely, but maybe we can breathe into something, let it go, rearrange our posture. And when we feel like we've done all that we can do, we'll relax, surrendering into the stillness. Focusing only on our breath. Releasing tension in the low back. Imagining it just melting into the mat. Same comfortable warming sensation travels up the spine, into the shoulders, the biceps, the forearms, into the palms and the fingers. It travels back up the arms, into the neck, into the jaw. We part the teeth, drawing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Soften the temples. Relax the space between the eyebrows. And imagine any unwanted thoughts, any thoughts that take us away from rest and relaxation. Just falling into that space between our eyes, being swept away like a stream. And just enjoying this dedicated few moments in quiet relaxation. Inhaling to wake ourselves back up, wiggling our fingers and our toes, rotating wrists and ankles, letting these little movements turn into a big stretch. And exhales, carrying our knees to our chest. Wrapping arms around their shins, their hands at the backs of the thighs as we rock side to side, giving our low backs a massage. Our moving knees in a big circle. Being sure to go both directions. When the back feels good, our knees fall to whichever side they want to fall. Rolling into a fetal position. We'll take a couple of deep breaths here before pressing up to seated. And then from seated, taking one final breath together, inhaling, sweeping arms up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, palms to our heart. Thank y'all for joining me this evening. Namaste. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate this opportunity to do something nice for y'all while we're all stuck doing nothing. I will see y'all in the next class. Good night. Bye.